expected to discuss the government's plans for annexation on parts of the West Bank, plans which have sparked great opposition in the region and beyond. But Israel's new coalition, led by Netanyahu and GANTZ, is expected to ignore the international opposition and condemnation and go ahead with the annexation, promising to have relevant legislation ready by early July.
Well, we just heard from Daniel about the annexation issue, which is certainly going to be a major item on the agenda of this new government. Well, joining us for more on that is Aaron Lipkin. He is a spokesperson of the Ofra community in the West Bank of Judea and Samaria. Aaron, thanks for joining us. First of all, how concerned are you the Yamina, the political party that has been most supportive of the settlement movement and certainly would be the most supportive of annexation of those settlements in a new government, is not going into this government?
Well, it's definitely a great disappointment for many right-wing voters. You know, we were used to a right-wing party for the right-wing coalition for the past, I'd say, 10 years. And it's a different reality now. And, you know, many people are really concerned about the future, people that believe in the right-wing ideology, because the government, as it looks at right now, is more of a centralist leaning to the right. And so, you know, we're really concerned as people who vote for the right wing about how the future is going to look like, and especially the coming annexation.
Now, as we reported, Secretary Pompeo is coming this week. There have been also, in some degree, maybe mixed signals about the annexation from the U.S. I mean, what do you feel and will be the message that the Secretary will bring to Israel on this annexation issue?
Well, you know, just like you, we listen to the news and we hear the contradicting statements. On the one hand, we have a very clear statement that Israel has a right to Judea and Samaria, and that Israel can go ahead and declare sovereignty over certain areas in Judea and Samaria. And then we hear today that it's not as clear as it was, and the U.S. administration is putting a few limitations on that annexation. So, you know, from the standpoint of the community that I live in and the rest of the Jewish communities in Judea and Samaria, we're really looking not for declarations, but for deeds, for actions. And we're going to wait and see if Netanyahu is definitely going to apply sovereignty on Judea and Samaria in July or not. It's really a question of what's going to happen, what de facto, what's going to happen, and not the declarations.
Well, let me give you one scenario, Aaron, which is that he does declare that sovereignty on some of the communities there, but it comes with certain conditions. We've heard about maybe certain limitations on building in settlements or settlement areas. Would that be something acceptable to your community?
Definitely not. All the Jewish communities in Judea and Samaria want to live a normal life. For the last 20 years, we've been under an abnormal situation where international pressure is halting all construction. I have boys and girls that want to live in our community, and they can't do that because there are no apartments or houses available. This is an abnormal situation, and we really want this to be stopped. We want to live a normal life like every citizen in the world and every citizen in Israel. And so, you know, we definitely oppose any halt of construction or any limitation. People should have the right to live here a normal life and let their children live beside them.
Well, we're going to have to see how this plan plays out, as you said, over the coming months. Aaron Lipkin, spokesperson for Ofra, thank you for joining us on I24 News.
Thank you, Khaled. Thank you.
And still coming up